Hey guys, so just got back from the CRBE and picked up a couple of cute little guys I want to show off. These are horned lizards. They're not too common because they have a bit of a specialized diet, but I got a really good deal on them and they're adorable, so I had to pick a couple up. They're really cute. They kind of remind me of a smaller beardy. These are adults, they're not going to get any bigger than this. And I'll go into their care a little bit more in the future, but figured this was a good day to actually show you guys something else. And I didn't think of it until I actually started it up here, but this is the first time I've worked with it too. But I decided, since they have a desert environment, to give the Excavator Clay a try today. I've never used it before. I've wondered what it's like for a while. Basically, it's a clay. You soak it down like I'm doing here, and you can mold it into whatever shapes. If you've got burrowing lizards, they can even dig into it a little bit, and you can make some really cool enclosures out of it. So that's what I'm working on now. Picked up a 25-pound bulk box, as you can see. It's 25 bucks, couldn't really turn that down. I'm just getting it ready here. So as for the instructions, I've got the whole 25 pounds in here, and 7 cups of water is what it said, and I'm just getting that mixed in now. And then you basically just use it like modeling clay in your tank. I've got a 20-gallon tank that I'll be setting up, and I'll show you a little bit more step by step here. I'm sure nobody wants to watch me mix this in with a stick, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so for a start, I've just put out about a 1-inch thick layer along the bottom and pushed it down just to make sure I've got that nice spread along the bottom. Did realize pretty quickly you definitely want to have a drop cloth down to that. Something you know, hindsight is 20/20. But can't really zoom in. As you can see, my hands are filthy. I don't want to touch the camera right now. Wedding ring was probably not a good idea. So next I'm just gonna take a minute and plan how I'm going to set this up, and be back in a few. Alright, so at least the first attempt is done. Still got a little bit of clay left, but used most of it. Just a quick look. Now, they don't really climb a ton, so the branches are mostly just for decoration. A couple of things I did put a space for the water dish. I'll be able to pull that out when I don't need it, but I just wanted to have that set up. They don't need a ton of standing water, I hear, but I always like to have it in there, just in case. Over here, I made a cave for them. I used a small plastic container, like a deli cup, and just kind of propped it up a little bit to create an opening, and then just piled all the substrate on top there. So that should solidify. I'm just going to leave the container in there, don't have a problem with that. And then just gave them a nice slope to get up, so that'll also double as their basking spot. Now that substrate's so thick that it won't make a huge difference that the light will be on top of it, especially since it'll be going off at night. By the time it gets into the actual hide, it won't really matter too much. I did make them a hide on this side. I took a 1-liter pop bottle there, buried that in there, and then when things set up a little bit and it's able to hold its own, I'll just dig that out and slide it out, and it should hold together, giving them a nice deep cool side cave. I am probably going to be putting a heat mat under this because these guys do need quite high heat, around 90 for the whole tank, and then a 110 basking spot over here, so should still be warm, but not too bad. So the next step is to let this stuff dry out. I'm going to pat it down a little bit more, and then hook up all my my 2 heat lamps and just let it go for a couple hours and see if it solidifies up. It says to leave it overnight. I'm going to be here for a few hours, so I'm going to see how it is. There's absolutely no danger in putting the animals in now, except for the fact that they'd probably topple a few of the things in here. This stuff is not like a concrete or anything like that. There's no chemical component to the hardening. It's just when the water evaporates, it's gonna harden up like any clay. Which the best part of that is, if you decide to change things later or use it for something else, you can wet it down and carefully kind of hammer it out, and it should crumble back up and you can reuse it. So that's handy. Alright, so I'll be putting the heat lamps on, and I'll update you guys once things are a little more solid. Okay, so here's the final product. Let it dry overnight, and I probably wouldn't recommend this, but it didn't dry too much overnight, so I had a space heater that I kind of pointed at it for a little while to speed it up. Just make sure you're keeping constant supervision on it. It's not really recommended, probably, but don't want anybody suing me because they saw it on here. So, looks pretty good. That's where the pop bottle was. Pulled it out carefully. It did crack a little bit, but it's still a little bit damp, so I was able to just kind of pat it back together, and it should be fine. It's pretty solid. Had a water bottle in there. There's some little guys hunting some crickets. Or not a water bottle, a little water bowl, but I decided to actually just make it a third cave because doing some research I found out these guys will almost absolutely never drink from standing water. So, and that's the third one. There's one of the guys hiding in there now. I can't really see him, but seems to like it. And they got their nice big eyes. Oh, this guy's posing for the camera. I think they're absolutely adorable, and I'm really loving and he thinks so too. Decided to name them Larry, Curly, and Mo, even though there's 2 females. Why the heck not? So they're just enjoying their first meal since they got home. They are crickets. I don't have the formic acid I need for these guys yet, but I'll be getting that in the next day or 2. So yeah, I'll be doing a little bit more of an intensive care video in the future on these horned dragons as soon as I get the hang of it myself. He's looking forward to it too. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in a comment. And I'd say my first playing with Excavator Clay went pretty well. I'll see you guys next week.